Good afternoon, and thank you for being here. My name is Alexi Hawker, and I'm currently overseeing the planning and reporting for the Conveyor Belt Implementation Project. Today, I'll be presenting a brief but clear overview of the project's total cost, how our spending is distributed over the 530-day schedule, and what this means from a leadership and resource management standpoint. My goal is to give you the big picture, not every detail, but the key decisions, spending patterns, and any financial risks we should be aware of as we enter the final phases of the project. This presentation is designed to answer three simple questions, those being, what is the total cost of the project right now, when is most of the money being spent and why, and what should leadership pay attention to as we move forward. By the end of this presentation, you'll have a clear financial snapshot and confidence that our schedule, costs, and resources are all aligned. The total projected cost of the full 530-day timeline is $3.25 million. The largest areas of spending are software and development at $1.25 million and hardware development and assembly at $1.1 million. These make up over 70% of the entire budget and directly support the critical path of the project. Documentation, testing, and purchasing make up the rest, and this also includes the cost of bringing in one external development team during peak workload periods. That decision allowed us to stay on schedule without pushing out integration or final testing, so overall, we are still financially aligned with what we had planned from the beginning. Our cash flow analysis shows that expenses are not evenly spread throughout the project. We see two major spending times. The first happens early, mainly due to hardware design, specifications, and purchasing of the materials. The second happens near the end of the project, where system integration, assembly, and final testing take place. In between those two phases, spending is steady and manageable, mostly tied to software and utility development. This pattern helps us plan ahead. We know exactly when to expect financial pressure points, which prevents any last-minute budget decisions later on. This is the monthly breakdown that shows where those spending patterns come from. If you look at the first few months, costs rise quickly during hardware design and purchasing phases. In the middle months, expenses level out as development work continues at a steady pace. Then, closer to the end, you'll see another increase in spending due to integration, testing, and documentation. The benefit of tracking this monthly is that it gives leadership an early warning system so we can make adjustments, request approvals, or shift resources before it becomes a problem. To sum it all up, we are still on track to finish on time and within our budget. The critical path never changed, but early resource pressure on development teams did cause risk. We solved that by adding 2 internal development teams and only briefly using 1 external team. By increasing capacity instead of moving tasks, we are able to protect the schedule, avoid changing dependencies, and keep the 530-day finish date. So right now, risk is low, visibility is high, and our schedule remains very stable. All in all, we are on schedule, within budget, and fully prepared for the project's final testing and integration phase. I thank you for your time. I'll continue monitoring our spending and cash flow as we move into final testing. If anything shifts, you'll be the first to know, and at this time, I'm happy to take any questions or any feedback. Thank you.